This is Colin Dixon with SCREE Media, and I'm speaking with David Springle, who is CTO and founder of Yospace. So not many people may know what Yospace does, so give us a quick introduction, David.
Well, we are a specialist in server-side ad insertion for live streaming as well as VOD, but a lot of our customers that are across 5 continents use us for monetization of live sports. So that's the seamless and frame-accurate insertion of video advertising on a personalised basis into live streams.
So I think people are generally aware of server-side ad insertion and what the benefits are. Avoiding ad blocking and very, very scalable. But scalability in live sports is really challenging, and you've just done an event with Akamai that really illustrates just how challenging it can be with IPL, right?
Yes. The problem with scaling is not with the delivery technology, and it's probably important to recognize the fact that SSAI technology straddles 2 very important disciplines. One is the concept of delivery, which is where Akamai sits. And then the other side, which is monetization, which is which is the ad tech ecosystem. So the problem is that the ad tech ecosystem has doesn't quite have the ability to handle the tsunami of requests that would occur in a live stream. Now, to explain this, given the fact that today pretty much all live streaming is using a segmented format such as HLS or MPEG-, and you have these concepts of segment cadences. So you might have a 6-second segment, or if you're doing low latency, you might have 2-second segments. If you're using just-in-time, the concept of just-in-time ad resolution, what happens is that when we hand out the next manifest update, which is to include the first segment of the ad break, we have to make the call to the ad tech ecosystem and resolve this pod of ads to figure out what we're going to put in. And what we found is if you use just-in-time ad resolution, as in you make the call to the ad tech ecosystem at the moment you need it, all of the ad requests for the entire audience occurs over 1.5 times target duration. So if you're on a 6-second segment cadence, you're looking at 9 seconds. All of your requests are in 9 seconds. In the case of a 2-second, you're talking 2-second cadence, you're talking about 3 seconds.
So this is almost like a denial of service attack on the ad server, right?
Absolutely. I mean, not only do you end up overwhelming the ad tech ecosystem, and bearing in mind the ad tech ecosystem is not, and I'm using the word ecosystem because it's not a single first-party ad server. Mm-hmm. It's your first-party ad server, and it's any third-party remnant fill that you have, talking to a variety of DSPs and an ad network. What happens is any type of computer system that gets too much traffic tends to go into a death spiral. So what happens is you end up monetizing no one, because you've just inundated the ad servers with this number of requests. So what we have done at Yospace is to try to pace these requests out by prefetching ahead of time, way ahead of when the actual ad break occurs. It's impossible to know in live sports when the ad break is going to occur because it's a highly manual process. Someone in a gallery will have an open line to somebody in presentation which will hit a take next button. That's not known exactly when it'll be, so you can't automate the process of always ensuring you prefetch exactly a certain amount of time before the break. But what you do is you can work with the ad tech vendors to ensure that the requests that are being made are within a certain window. That means that any results that we get back, i.e. the ad pods, are valid at the point at which we actually play out the ads.
Right. So this prefetch technique that you've come up with, it has a lot of really desirable effects on performance. So the peaks, these peak requests are reduced, and it sort of spreads those out, right? So that has important ramifications for the cost involved for scheduling the events and the ads and capacity, right, for serving this event.
That's right. I mean, with prefetch, the fact that you take away the peaks and you cut all the peaks off and you spread it across a period of time suddenly means a high high audience event is almost BAU for the ad tech ecosystem. We are pacing the requests at a speed that the ad tech ecosystem, including the demand side parties, can all handle without having to provision additional capacity for specifically that event, which in itself brings technical risk, not just the commercial ramifications of having to deal with that capacity. So,
and the most important thing, of course, is that it optimizes monetization, right? Because now I have a good chance of filling all of my ad avails with a targeted ad to all of the people that are watching, right?
That's right. I mean, you get a far better concept of fill rate, as we call it. The idea is that the average amount of ads that are filled per user. But one of the things that is less obvious about spreading the load is of prefetching is not that you're just simply getting results back. The fact that because you're doing it asynchronously, it's no longer dependent on, or our ability for how long we can wait for a response is no longer tied to the ability for us to update a manifest. We can actually wait a lot longer, and it's independent of the segment cadence. So we can go from a 500 millisecond timeout to a 2 second or 3 second timeout to resolve all the ads. And bearing in mind, we're talking about a request that we make to a first party, which may include vast wrappers or redirects to third parties, of which we may have to make 4, 5, 6, 7 calls in order to fully populate that ad pod. So prefetch not only delivers you a capacity management solution, it also delivers you more time per user to resolve a full ad pod and therefore improve the monetization.
So it sounds like prefetch is almost a must-have for very highly scalable events, like, for example, the IPL, which delivered, I think, 8 million simultaneous streams.
Yes, it's in that
recently.
order. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. We are seeing that records are currently being broken all the time. We see the future as being more and more watching of sports or event television going online, whether it's a 10-foot experience on a set-top box, an OTT technology set-top box, or it's on mobile. Now, this is the future, and there's no getting away with the fact that in order to deliver quality fulfillment of monetization, the ad tech ecosystem needs more time to deal with it.
Yeah.
There is no way around it, and this is not a temporary tactical solution for a gap in technology. Prefetch and the concept of preloading and pre-ingesting ads prior to the ad break occurring is going to be part of the best practice of the future.
It sounds like an essential component of what we know we need, which is a fully scalable live ecosystem online, which allows us to get to the vaunted Super Bowl size audiences. David, I hope you'll come back and tell us about how it's doing with scaling, helping us scale to those sorts of sides.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.
This has been Colin Dixon with SCREE Media.